mistake, basically. You're looking for him to miss. Oh!
He missed there, but Salvi didn't. That is a titanic blast, and this game is tied at 1.
48-foot 13th home run for the captain, El Capitan.
Let's start the weekend off on a good note with a big Royals victory over the Cleveland Guardians. Everyone say it now. Hey, 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 hey. The boys in blue earn at least a series split against the AL Central leader. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome to the Royals Recap. My name is Jacob Milham. I am one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. If you're listening, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, review, whatever you can do on your respective platform. It really helps out the podcast, no matter where you do it at. But you also need to go check out RoyalsReview.com. Royals rumblings every single morning, news stories, game threads, game recaps, everything you need for your Kansas City Royals fandom is over at RoyalsReview.com. Listen, you are going to have a good time reading through tonight's game recap over there. 10-3 victory for the Royals over the Cleveland Guardians. Just in all facets of the game. Truly a great win Friday night for the Royals. Let's go ahead and start it off with Alec Marsh, who looked sharp for much of this game. His velocity did dip notably, like very noticeably. From touching 98 earlier on in the game to barely mustering 90 on his fastball. So that is very concerning, but it was a hot night. So hopefully it was just a little bit of, just a rough night for lasting that long, I guess. All in all, he got another quality start, 6 innings of 4-hit, 1-run ball, walking only 2 and striking out 5. Did allow a home run to Jose Ramirez, but if you're going to give up a home run, that's a pretty good person to give it up to. The bullpen came in and backed him up for the most part. Chris Stratton pitched a 1-hit, 1-run frame, no earned runs there. That was the Royals had yet another error. Just been a sloppy game in the field, or a sloppy month in the field, from the Kansas City Royals. He did have two strikeouts, so he did what he could. Nick Anderson came in, gave up 2 hits, gave up an earned run with 1 strikeout, and Carlos Hernandez finished things off against the Guardians with 2 strikeouts, just blowing the fastball past the Guardians batters, allowing 1 hit. All in all, Royals pitchers struck out 10 tonight while only walking 2 and giving up only 2 earned runs and 8 hits. That is a great performance from the staff tonight. Absolutely what you want to see from the Kansas City Royals going up against one of the most potent lineups in all of Major League Baseball. And it was the Royals who looked like they had the potent lineup tonight. Michael Garcia, multi-hit game, a multi-run game as well, also swiping a bag of his own. 2 hits, 2 runs, no strikeouts, no walks, and did record his 21st stolen base of the year. Bobby Wood Jr. scoring 2 runs of his own, walking twice. Man, just really good stuff from him. He did leave some runs on the table, unfortunately, which was frustrating. He did it twice, but hey, if it was the difference, we'd be talking about it more. All in all, it was not the difference. Thank freaking goodness. Vinny Pasquantino had a 3 RBI night tonight, drawing a walk, 2 hits of his own, and he got his 9th home run of the season in the 8th inning. And this was the shell show is what I want to call this, because Salvador Perez, the man behind him in the lineup, had a multi-hit, multi-RBI game, and he got the scoring started for the Royals with an exclamation mark in the 2nd inning. Nobody on, no outs, and launched it to left field. And guess what? Hunter Renfroe followed him up. He had a multi-hit, multi-run game of his own. and he got his 8th home run of the season immediately after Perez, so good job there. MJ Melendez did have 2 hits tonight, 1 RBI of his own with 1 strikeout. Nick Lofton did go hitless, but did draw 2 walks, so he did exactly what he needed to do. Freddie Fermin had a sac fly later on in the game, and then Kyle Isbell launched his 6th home run of the season in the 4th inning. Just a lot of bats getting it done. The lumber was very much alive in the Royals lineup tonight, putting the bad memories of the offensive slump behind us, hopefully. But there's only one way to find out. We got 2 more up against the Cleveland Guardians, so we'll see if the Royals can go for an outright series win. But all in all, the Royals are 3-4 against the Cleveland Guardians, or excuse me, they have won 3 of the 4 games they've played against the Cleveland Guardians this year. That is absolutely outstanding. And you go and you look, who are the Royals going to be playing most this season? It is the AL Central. And as of right now, I'm refreshing it just to make sure that I'm looking at it right. They are 15-9 against the AL Central. Now, that doesn't sound great, but when the Cleveland Guardians are 11-8, that makes you feel a lot better about where the Royals are sitting. They are handling business within the division. That is what matters the most. And the Royals are sitting at 8 games above 500, starting to widen out that gap, march back to double-digit games above 500, hopefully, sitting at 46 and 38. They got 2 more up against the Cleveland Guardians. We're getting back to the top of the rotation tomorrow afternoon at 3:10 Kauffman Standard Time with Cole Reagans taking the mound, and then Seth Lugo will be pitching in Sunday's series finale. Do you think that the Royals can go and get 3 out of 4 against the Guardians? Or better yet, do you think that what you saw tonight, does it give you hope that they can go for a sweep against the Guardians? Do you think they can do that? Well, let me know in the Spotify Q&As. I am curious how bullish some of you are. I know reacting one game at a time is a very dangerous thing, but there's a whole lot to like from the Kansas City Royals tonight, and it was good that they sent the Royals fans home happy. 20,000 in attendance. I'm going to say it. I am hoping that the low attendance was just out of fear for the storms. There were some storms rolling in later on in the game. But, I mean, come on, y'all. It's a summer Friday night. There's no more school excuses. There's no more vacation excuses. Let's get some more fans out there in Kauffman Stadium, please. The boys in blue are winning, and they're winning at home. Especially, you have a pretty damn good chance of catching a Royals victory if you go visit them in Kauffman Stadium. Let's get to y'all's responses on last night's Spotify Q&A, where I asked you, what did you think about the game? It was a series opening win over the Guardians, so a lot to like. Christopher Palmer said, what a win. At least win one more in this series, and I'll be happy. If they take the series, that'll be icing on the cake. Well, Christopher, I am hopeful that you are happy tonight, and I'm looking forward to that icing on the cake. Luke57 says, Triple City, brah. The boys are playing some ball. Sam Long, holy nails. Waka had a solid start, and Long saved him. Perfect win. We gonna win this series. Playoffs, here we come. See, Luke, that is the optimism that I am looking for, and I am certain that you are riding high after tonight's victory as well. And then MK also chimed in saying, to quote Fozzie Bear, Waka Waka. Yeah, Michael Waka is getting it done, and we talked about how strong he has looked since the start of May. Really bouncing back. He had a similar stretch in San Diego last year. Started off the season really rough, but then from the beginning of May to the end of the season, he had the league's second best ERA. So are we seeing that from Michael Waka? We very well might, but we got to see a little bit more. Alec Marsh, once again, let's keep an eye on why his velocity dipped so much. That is not something to ignore. Like I said, I'm hopeful that it was just a little bit of stress. He was gassed and not some structural issues, but I'm sure the Royals will be taking a look at him after tonight's game. All in all, he got the win tonight, and his ERA goes to 4.19 on the season, really bouncing back from a couple of rough starts. That is going to do it for me tonight. I got to be up early in the morning, so unfortunately I can't be waiting around for interviews. If you want to hear those interviews, go check us out on X at Royal Rundown Pod. That is RoyalRundownPod. Or you can follow myself on X at Jacob Milham KC. Those links are down the podcast description below. Once again, make sure you are following us, you are subscribing to us wherever you're listening at, so you never miss an episode of the Royals Rundown Podcast. My name is Jacob Milham. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and until next time, go Royals!